It's training time for the Broome Sea Rescue Unit,
Reversing,
and its volunteer crew is hitting the water.
powering up, holding on.
Every few weeks, the crew is called out, often in the middle of the night, to help a sinking or stranded vessel.
Generally the waters are very safe, but once you have a breakdown or the weather catches you unawares, then the only people who are going to come out and find you is Marine Rescue Broome. So it's vital that we're able to crew the vessel.
Ropes clear, please go forward slowly.
But keeping enough trained and willing volunteers on call is a challenge.
It's always very close. We have a major problem because we're quite low on numbers.
The Broome Sea Rescue Unit has been able to maintain volunteer numbers with the assistance of a government-funded recruitment campaign. But nationally, many organisations are struggling. The latest data shows in recent years there's been an almost 20% reduction in the number of Australians who are choosing to volunteer. ABS data shows volunteering rates have been in gradual decline, but dropped precipitously during the COVID pandemic. Social commentator Hugh Mackay says it reflects a broader erosion of social cohesion, with Australians reporting they're busier than ever, spending more time on social media and accustomed to staying at home during the COVID pandemic.
So here's the odd, really paradoxical thing, that we are born to connect, we're born to be together, and yet we've been through this hugely disruptive period of social change, which has pushed us in the opposite direction. So that's been bad news for volunteering.
And one of the biggest changes has been in the attitudes and lifestyles of millennials, who it appears aren't as willing to make a long-term commitment to volunteering. But they're not the only ones. All age brackets are now more reluctant to put up their hand to help out.
Human history is littered with examples of how much we love bashing younger generations. Why don't they have our values? Why don't they live like us? But in fact, these social trends that have been fragmenting us, making us more individualistic, this is not generational, this is societal.
Volunteering Australia says the onus will be on charities and community groups to adapt by recruiting people for one-off events or maybe drawing on a larger pool of occasional participants.
The real challenge for a number of organisations, long-established organisations, is to listen to community, listen to volunteers and change programs and the way that they engage volunteers into community as we move forward.
The decline has been most keenly felt in regional areas. Here in Broome, some volunteer-run events have had to be cancelled, including even the popular dragon boat races. The event normally raises tens of thousands of dollars for charity, but this year there weren't enough people to organise or run it.
The practical impact of lower volunteering rates, especially in remote and regional Australia, has really significant implications for the livability of the communities in which people spend their lives.
Out on the ocean, the stricken vessel training exercise is wrapping up. There has been a small uptick in volunteer participation this year since COVID lockdowns lifted, but so far not enough to ease the load.
Because you see so many awesome volunteers doing things, particularly the floods and the firefighters, eastern states, people forget that they are volunteers. Actually, it's part of the service that we get for being Australian and not realising that it's actually ourselves that we need to look after each other.
Erin Park, ABC News, Broome.